Do you struggle to control your anger? Have you gone to anger management or therapy sessions, but found that you have simply not gotten the tools that you need in order to effectively control your temper? Do you want to learn how to effectively control your anger and improve your relationships? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, then you are in the right place. Hello and welcome to the Anger Secrets YouTube channel. I'm Alastair Duhs, anger expert, and over the last 30 years, I've taught over 15,000 men and women how to control their anger, master their emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more loving relationships. On this channel, I will share the same proven tools and techniques that I have used with many of my clients to help them control their anger and transform their lives. Today, I want to talk about 7 common mistakes people make when trying to control their anger and exactly how to avoid them. Before I dive into these mistakes, however, let's first acknowledge that learning to control your anger is a journey. Like any other skill, it takes time, practice, patience, and a willingness to learn from your experience. No one is perfect, and we all make mistakes, especially when it comes to controlling anger. Having said that, however, by avoiding the common anger management mistakes that I am about to discuss, you can control your anger, master your emotion, and create calmer, happier, and more loving relationships, often far faster and more effectively than you may think possible. If you would like to know more about how to do this, visit my website, angersecrets.com, and download any of the free trainings on this website. Okay, let's dive into the 7 most common mistakes people make when trying to control their anger. Mistake 1 is ignoring the root cause of your anger. One of the most common anger management mistakes people make is focusing on the symptoms of their anger, rather than addressing the root cause of their anger. However, despite what many other counselors or therapists will tell you, the root cause of your anger does not lie in your childhood, your attachment to your parents, or any other past events. Instead, the root cause of your anger always relates to how you think about situations. In other words, it is not other events, your past, or other people's actions that cause your anger. It is how you think about these events or situations. Of course, these thoughts are not independent of your past conditioning or personal history, but it is your present moment thoughts that cause you to feel angry or not. Learning to change your thoughts and beliefs about these situations will help you address the root cause of your anger, rather than just managing your anger symptoms. I have discussed how to do this in much more detail in past videos, which I will link to under the description. So let's move on to mistake number 2. Mistake number 2 is suppressing your anger. The second most common mistake people make when attempting to control their anger is attempting to suppress or ignore their anger. This may seem like a good idea at the time, but inevitably it leads to more intense and explosive outbursts of anger in the future. Instead of suppressing your anger, it is better to recognize your levels of anger at the time and de-escalate this anger before it becomes too intense to control. There are a number of simple and useful tools that can help you do this, including learning to notice your early warning signs of anger, using positive self-talk, or taking a short time out before your anger gets out of control. If you are suppressing your anger in any way, it's essential to use these tools in order to control your anger effectively. Mistake number 3 is blaming others for your anger. The third common mistake people make when trying to control their anger is to blame other people or external circumstances for their anger. For example, it is easy to think thoughts such as, if only my partner wouldn't nag me, I wouldn't get so angry. Or, if only my boss wasn't so demanding, I wouldn't lose my temper. However, as I say to many people I work with, no other person or external situation has the power to make you feel a certain way. It is always your thoughts and beliefs that determine how you feel. Blaming others for your anger only gives away your power and creates a victim mentality. Instead of this, take responsibility for your own emotions and work on changing your thought patterns. Mistake number 4 is not recognizing the early warning signs of anger. The fourth common mistake people make when trying to manage their anger is failing to recognize their early warning signs of anger. Despite what some people think, anger does not appear suddenly out of nowhere. There are always what I call early warning signs of anger. These can include physical sensations, such as tension in your body or clenching of your jaw, as well as emotional signs, such as feeling irritable or on edge. By being aware of your early warning signs of anger, you can catch and address your anger before your anger gets out of control. Mistake 5. Using negative self-talk. The fifth common mistake people make when trying to control their anger is engaging in what I call negative self-talk. Negative self-talk is any negative internal dialogue that runs through your mind. Some common examples of negative self-talk include thoughts such as, "I'm a failure," "I can't handle this," "this isn't fair," or "why does this always happen to me?" Negative self-talk will escalate your feelings of anger and frustration, making it even harder for you to cope with challenging situations. To counteract negative self-talk, it's essential to reframe your thoughts in a more constructive light. This is called using positive self-talk. For example, instead of thinking thoughts such as, "I can't handle this," practice saying to yourself, "I am capable and strong and I can manage this situation." Or instead of thinking thoughts such as, "Why does this always happen to me?" try practicing thoughts such as, "I can handle difficult situations." By changing your self-talk from negative to positive, you can change how you feel and change how you react to any situation. Mistake number 6 is having unrealistic expectations. The sixth common mistake people make when trying to control their anger is having unrealistic expectations about situations or other people. For example, you might expect that other people should always behave in a certain way. These unrealistic expectations can set you up for failure and increase feelings of frustration and anger when they are not met. Instead of having unrealistic expectations for yourself and others, it's important to set realistic and achievable expectations. For example, accept that everyone makes mistakes, including yourself, and try to adopt a more flexible mindset. This will help you manage your anger more effectively and reduce the frequency and intensity of your anger outbursts. In addition, it is worth remembering that the way you think about situations is not always right, and that other people's thoughts and opinions have as much validity as your thoughts and opinions. Mistake number 7 is not seeking help. Many people try to handle anger on their own, but the truth is it can be challenging to change ingrained thought patterns and behaviors without experienced guidance and support. Seeking help from a trained professional or utilizing online resources such as my website, angersecrets.com, can provide you with tools and techniques to effectively manage your anger in a healthy way. Remember, there is no shame in seeking help for something as common as anger. Instead, it shows strength and determination to improve yourself and your relationships. In addition, after teaching over 15,000 men and women to control their anger over the last 30 years, I know the tools and concepts that you will need to learn, as well as the order in which you need to learn them in order to control your anger. If you would like my help to control your anger, just visit my website, angersecrets.com, and download any of my free resources, or book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me to discuss your individual situation. I look forward to talking with you. Okay, so there we have it. 7 common anger management mistakes and how to avoid them. To recap, these mistakes are ignoring the root cause of your anger, suppressing anger, blaming others for your anger, not recognizing the early warning signs of anger, using negative self-talk, having unrealistic expectations, and not seeking help. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found it useful, I'll put a couple of links in the description to other videos that will help you control your anger, master your emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more loving relationships. If you enjoyed this video, also please click the like button below or subscribe to this channel. This really helps other people find these videos and learn the same anger management tools I have just shared with you. Remember, no matter what you do, you can't control other people, but you can control yourself and how you react or respond to them. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
The Anger Secrets YouTube channel is intended for information and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis or treatment. No medical or therapeutic relationship is implied or created by this video. If you have mental health concerns of any type, please seek out the help of a local mental health professional.